Hey YouTube, I've noticed that there seems to be some kind of feud going on inside the ex-Jehovah's Witness stroke apostate community here on YouTube, or to be more accurate, the Bible believing side. As I observe some of the back and forth of unkind and maybe offensive comments and videos made between the various Christians, I find myself more and more comfortable with my decision to abstain from all the dogma and attendant bigotry surrounding human attempts to understand the book. I'm quite happy to live till I die and deal with whatever when I get there. We're all human. We're all equal. Why can't we recognize that instead of reading a book, pretending superior knowledge and fighting when there's no certainty in its understanding and application? The only being that can bring certainty to settling dogma is God himself, and he isn't here. And there are plenty of others pretending to speak for him, like Harold Camping, the Mormons, Moonies, Muslims, and our favourite cult. So how sensible is it to add your name to that list and fighting with someone over something we shall never know? In an earlier video I mentioned that virtually every subjugated nation has had one version or other of Christianity foisted upon it, with the intent of creating and prolonging divisions and animosity inside the defeated group, under the divide and conquer principle, so that people cannot just get along and tolerate human diversity. And it is sad to see this on YouTube expressed in sexism, threats of torture, and other name-callings. It remains indisputable that sexism is a key part of the very fabric of the book, with its admonition to women to remain silent in the church. The Bible itself makes reference to women as Jezebels. These things are unacceptable in the modern world, yet are biblically correct. So what does this say about this, in quotes, divine work? We've moved past that pre-medieval foolishness, and for modern humans to voluntarily go back to those ignorant attitudes amazes me. But there is another point that these disputes illustrate, as they relate to our involvement with the Jehovah's Witness cult. As Jehovah's Witnesses, we were conditioned to see disagreement as persecution, and other ideas as dangerous. And although we, for the most part, have had the strength to leave the cult, these disputes show that it can take a lot more work to make the cult-manufactured attitudes leave us. The cult taught us to take disagreement as a personal assault, and further hide ourselves away from reason and analysis by internally transforming disagreement into evidence that we are persecuted on unknowable God's behalf, and therefore perfect, whilst looking down on the sins of others. This is foolish arrogance in ignorance, a brick wall keeping us from reality, and we build it ourselves. Disagreement is really an opportunity to learn and improve, and a challenge to seek reality. There is a further irony in this situation that both amuses and saddens me. One of the parties had threatened me with eternal torture because of my non-reverential thoughts expressed on YouTube. However, this nasty bit of dogma was immediately jettisoned when this concept was applied closer to home. Isn't it remarkable that many people are unable to summon any kindness or empathy until they are personally affected? I've long been of the opinion that religious dogma is the perfect cover and shield for exercising the baser human instincts, whilst allowing that person to claim righteousness, just like the deceitful and murdering Jehu did. You surely have to be twisted to transform him into a hero. But having said all that, there remains the issue of an individual's reaction to devastating personal loss. It is not uncommon for lapses in judgment to occur at times like this, so maybe those that disagree over dogma can join with the non-religious like myself that also have reason for offence and draw a veil over the unpleasantries here. And maybe the characters concerned might take the time to honestly reflect and address those stray Jehovah's Witness characteristics that are no longer useful, and that are being misapplied to honest people seeking their own personal, emotional and mental freedoms, and not looking to fall into another religious trap. I've really tried not to sound too preachy here, but the subject matter lends itself to that tone, so please forgive me. Play nice now, people.